Okay, just a short video. I don't want to go into too much depth. I've already done that in the last video. I am on a 3-day chart. I have monthly and daily EMAs running. As you can see, as I explained before, the monthly bounce, that's only happened a few times in history. And when it did, it usually equals some kind of explosive growth. We usually run in channels before we break up or break down, or at least that's my opinion. And since we did create this higher high, and then here your higher low, and then a higher high and a higher low, we have created a channel once again. And I think we have a channel run within a channel. Who knows? It could be because of news, it could be because of whatever, or it just could be the natural progression of Bitcoin. It could be the adoption and all this other kind of stuff. We could be in a bear market and headed down. Channels are going to break and they're going to go bearish or bullish. And a lot of people are screaming doom and gloom right now, but on the 3-day chart, it's been buyback here. There has not been any reason to sell all the way up. It has not gave that. There is a little pullback right here, which is natural. It happened here. It happened here. That's just natural progression. So I'm not stressing if it does go down and doom and gloom for all. And I really don't care. I'm making money regardless. I'm mining, and if I get stuck, I don't care. I'm going to hold it because I believe Bitcoin is going to reach all new highs. I was hoping Plan B's stock to flow model was going to come into play, but it still may. It just may be a little bit later. But we just don't know. But I have been playing around with this right here and Fibonacci levels and stuff, and it came to here, and so did the EMA bounce. And so I've been playing around with them again. As you can see, I've got another trend line coming down through here with possible explosive growth. You got your daily and your monthly EMAs all coming into play and all squeezing down and squeezing up. Multiple hits here on this line here where you connect this to here on the bottom side of this very large channel that we have going on. So I think this is massive support here and here. So if we get squeezed, something major has to happen if we don't continue this trend that we have going on here. So this trend we have going here can naturally just progress down to this part of the channel, and it can push down a little bit to our red zone. Hopefully it'll get shoved back by all this, support going on here. So as long as it's moving in here, I wouldn't get too nervous. This is not financial advice. It's just me sharing my opinion. If we do get a nice little squeeze in here, we're going to have explosive somewhere, either down or up. One of us is going to be right. Either the bearish YouTubers or me one two is going to be right. And you can see I've got this line here coming up that shows the top of Bitcoin coming in around 80. And that's pulling from back at the back of this, and then you bring that forward, and then that's where you put the here. So if you bring this back to here, this is generally where you measure somewhere around here. Then you either put it down here or you put it up here, and this is going to be supposedly where your channel is going to get to. Whether or not I believe that, I don't know. It could be off just a tick, but I've seen a lot of people predict markets by doing that. If you bring it down here at this little point, it calls it about 76,000, around there, plus or minus. And it is possible, because if you actually look at the top of our channel over the large scale of time, it actually crosses right here. And for my golden zone, the extreme golden zone, that we're not putting in a lower high, which is this zone right here. And if you want to put these coordinates in on your chart, I'll leave it here, pause for a minute, but it's 53,897.89 and 55,788.57. So you can put your little line in here, then put these coordinates in, and then extend right. and it will draw it for you. So you just come up here and say style, extend right. And then you can put in 66592.47, 69203.41. And that'll give you your extreme golden ratio, which is, I think, is, for me, in my opinion, we're coming up, and then boom, we're going to come up again. And I think it's going to be somewhere around in here, and I think this line right here possibly would be right. So we got this one way of doing it by going this squeeze and coming up to here. And this here comes off of Fibonacci and the way I drew it and everything, which I use this one right here if you want to add it to your chart. So it's the fib channel. So that's where I got these two golden lines from. So if we put in this golden channel, we better be putting it in way up here in the future. I mean, way up here in the future, or else we're not putting in a higher high. We're putting in a lower high, like back here. And if we do that overall for the overall high, then we could be looking at putting in even more lower highs and lower lows, and then all the doom and gloom people are correct. But I'm still favorable on this line, and I'm calling the top for me and what I believe based upon not one but two sources, and calling it around somewhere around 76,500 and something, plus or minus right around in here. And it happened somewhere around September. So I don't know if I'm right. It doesn't really matter. This is just my thoughts and kind of like looking at the charts and where I believe that it's a possibility. But I also would like to know your thoughts. Be sure to tell in comments what you believe and when you think it's going to happen and everything else. So that's how we learn. I mean, I love watching the people who talks bearish, and I love the people who talks bullish and seeing why they believe that way. And, we can make our choices from there. So like I said, not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I appreciate you visiting and hanging out with me and my family, and I wish you and your family the best of luck. But overall, I'm thinking around the end of this year, and it could possibly be really late in 2023, possibly early 2024 before we can ever see another good high Bitcoin. But that's just on its current channels and its current progress. But once all this right here happens, like I said, once all this here comes to this point, you see you got all these EMAs pushing down and all these EMAs pushing up, including the monthly EMA. Something is going to explode within this is a 3-day chart. So over the next couple of 3 weeks possibly, and I hope it will. And it'd be kind of nice to actually see some really huge movements. And then let's see if we can make it up there. So tell me what you think. And everybody have a wonderful day. Take care.